Welcome to Hollywood Secrets Information. In this video, we are diving deep into the world of biblical movies from the golden age of Hollywood. The era between the 1930s and 1960s produced some of the most iconic films that brought religious stories to life, captivating audiences worldwide. If you're a fan of classic cinema, faith-based storytelling, or just love a good epic, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into Hollywood history. 1. The Ten Commandments, 1956. Let's start with the crown jewel of biblical epics, The Ten Commandments. Directed by Cecil B. DeMille, this film was an epic in every sense, starring Charlton Heston as Moses and Yul Brynner as Pharaoh Ramses. DeMille's meticulous attention to historical and biblical accuracy made this a standout film. The parting of the Red Sea remains one of the most famous special effects in cinema history. The film won an Oscar for its visual effects and became a cultural touchstone, grossing nearly $122 million in its initial run, making it one of the highest-grossing films of the time. 2. Ben-Hur, 1959. Next up, Ben-Hur, another monumental epic directed by William Wyler and starring Charlton Heston as Judah Ben-Hur. While the film's primary story centers on the revenge saga of Ben-Hur, it also features powerful biblical themes, including the life of Jesus. The famous chariot race scene, filmed with revolutionary techniques, became legendary in Hollywood. It was nominated for 12 Oscars and won 11, including Best Picture. With a budget of $15 million, massive for the time, Ben-Hur was a box office success, grossing over $146 million. 3. Samson and Delilah, 1949. Directed by Cecil B. DeMille, Samson and Delilah is the dramatic story of Samson, the Israelite with superhuman strength, and Delilah, who betrayed him. Victor Mature and Hedy Lamarr brought these characters to life with all the grandeur you'd expect from a biblical epic. The film was a box office sensation and won 2 Academy Awards. DeMille's ability to blend romance, faith, and tragedy made this film a cornerstone of religious cinema. 4. The Robe, 1953. The Robe was Hollywood's first feature film shot in CinemaScope, which revolutionized the way movies were presented. Starring Richard Burton, this film tells the story of a Roman military tribune who wins Christ's robe after the crucifixion and undergoes a powerful spiritual transformation. Directed by Henry Koster, The Robe was a box office success and earned 3 Academy Award nominations, winning for Best Art Direction and Best Costume Design. 5. Quo Vadis, 1951. This historical epic, based on the novel by Henryk Sienkiewicz, dramatizes the Christian persecution under Emperor Nero in ancient Rome. Robert Taylor stars as a Roman commander, and Deborah Kerr as the Christian woman who converts him. Quo Vadis was a massive production, with over 30,000 costumes and one of the largest sets ever built. It was nominated for 8 Academy Awards and grossed an astounding $21 million. 6. David and Bathsheba, 1951. This film tells the tale of King David's forbidden love for Bathsheba. Starring Gregory Peck and Susan Hayward, David and Bathsheba focuses on the internal conflict of a man torn between his duties as a king and his passions as a man. Directed by Henry King, the film was both a commercial success and received 5 Oscar nominations, adding to the biblical drama trend of the Golden Age. 7. The Greatest Story Ever Told, 1965. One of the most ambitious retellings of the life of Jesus, The Greatest Story Ever Told was directed by George Stevens and boasted an all-star cast, including Max von Sydow as Jesus, Charlton Heston as John the Baptist, and Telly Savalas as Pontius Pilate. The movie was criticized for its length, but remains a visually stunning representation of the life of Christ. The production took nearly 5 years to complete and featured some of the most breathtaking landscapes ever used in film. 8. Barabbas, 1961. Barabbas, based on the novel by Per Lagerkvist, follows the life of the criminal Barabbas, who was pardoned instead of Jesus. Directed by Richard Fleischer, the film starred Anthony Quinn in a powerful performance that explored themes of redemption and faith. Though not as commercially successful as some of its contemporaries, Barabbas became a cult classic and remains one of the more introspective biblical epics. 9. Salome, 1953. Salome, directed by William Dieterle, tells the story of the infamous dancer who demanded the head of John the Baptist. Rita Hayworth played Salome in one of her most sensual roles, making the film a visual spectacle. While it didn't achieve the critical success of other biblical films, it was a hit at the box office due to Hayworth's star power. 10. The Bible. In the Beginning, 1966. This ambitious film, directed by John Huston, covers the first 22 chapters of the book of Genesis, from the creation to the binding of Isaac. With a star-studded cast, including Huston himself as Noah, the film was a labor of love and took years to produce. Although the film received mixed reviews, it remains one of the most unique attempts to bring the Bible's foundational stories to the big screen. 11. King of Kings, 1961. King of Kings was directed by Nicholas Ray and starred Jeffrey Hunter as Jesus. This film sought to create a more human portrayal of Christ, focusing on his journey as a man and Messiah. While it did not achieve the critical acclaim of Ben-Hur or the Ten Commandments, it was praised for its cinematography and musical score. 12. Sodom and Gomorrah, 1962. Directed by Robert Aldrich, Sodom and Gomorrah tells the story of Lot and his family's escape from the doomed cities. Stuart Granger starred as Lot in this visually extravagant retelling. Although it didn't receive the acclaim of other biblical films, it remains notable for its ambitious special effects and large-scale production. 13. Demetrius and the Gladiators, 1954. This film is a sequel to The Robe, continuing the story of Demetrius, a Christian slave who becomes a gladiator. Starring Victor Mature, the film is less about biblical events and more about Christian themes of faith, endurance, and the power of belief. Directed by Delmer Daves, it was a box office success, capitalizing on the popularity of its predecessor. 14. The Silver Chalice, 1954. The Silver Chalice is based on a novel by Thomas B. Costain and tells the story of the creation of the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper. Starring Paul Newman in his film debut, the movie was a colorful yet flawed epic. While Newman himself later disowned the film, it has gained a following over the years for its artistic set design and historical value. 15. The Story of Ruth, 1960. This film, directed by Henry Koster, retells the story of Ruth, the Moabite widow who becomes the great-grandmother of King David. Starring Stuart Whitman and Peggy Wood, the story of Ruth is less of an epic and more of a character study, focusing on themes of loyalty, faith, and redemption. While it wasn't a massive box office hit, it remains a heartfelt and beautifully crafted film. Thanks for watching this deep dive into 15 biblical movies from the golden age of Hollywood. These films not only shape Hollywood, but also brought timeless religious stories to life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Hollywood secrets. Let us know in the comments which movie was your favorite, and we'll see you next time.